for persons that are persuaded, and I'm obviously not persuaded, but persons who are persuaded, okay, so the child has a right to her mother and father, and something bad happened to me. Okay. Maybe even people are to blame. I was deprived of a fundamental human right. I'm now 18, 19, 28, 38, 88, maybe not 88. Because it's my question, I'll explain. What if anything should I say to my mother and father or other caretakers to whom I owe something? Mom's female partner, or dad's second wife, or whatever the case may be. Should this affect my relationship with them in what I say or don't say to them?
So I don't know, because it really does depend on the situation. I have a mom who's super mature, and most kids, and when I capture the stories of the kids, I mean, I say, these are the most expensive stories to tell. Most people will only do it under a pseudonym. Even kids of divorce who are 45 years old will only share it under a pseudonym because they are still trying to keep both parents happy on Christmas. I mean, it is hard to talk about these kinds of things, especially if you're in a situation where you have a parent who did prioritize what they wanted. A lot of times that means they don't have the emotional maturity to handle, they may not have the emotional maturity to handle. And so, what we always say in our women's ministry is you don't need to tell everybody everything, but you do need to tell somebody everything, right? Somebody should hear everything, and that somebody should be trustworthy, right? Who can handle confidentiality. So even if you can't talk to your parents about a really deep wound, you need to tell somebody about it. Probably elaborately, not just, oh, it was rough. Be like, no, it was really, really rough when my dad left, and 3 months later he's with a new woman who's closer to my age than his age, and I was so frustrated. I mean, like, you need to talk about it. Now, scripturally, in as much as it depends on you, live at peace with all men, right? That's in Romans 12, and that's a pretty good guideline. As much as it depends on you, live at peace with all men. The problem is that you're not going to live at peace unless you both want to live at peace. And they may not, at least when it comes to talking about these difficult things. But if they do want to live at peace, that is going to involve being honest. Isaiah says, don't say peace, peace when there is no peace. God is after genuine peace, genuine unity, not fake, not glossed over, right? Not where there's a billion angry undercurrents. He wants real peace. And that only is going to happen if you can be honest and they can hear it. And some parents, some can handle it and probably will appreciate it, especially when a lot of times kids can't do this until their late 20s, honestly. So I just kind of want to give you permission to take some time. Most people need like 10 years distance from when they leave the house to the time when they're really able to have enough distance and perspective to process, and then go back and say, hey, I just want to talk with you. There's a few things that really hurt me and that I've been holding on to.